Another Fortnite theory. I swear the world is trying to get me addicted to Fortnite. But that shall not happen! Switcher says it will never happen because I am absolutely terrible at shooter games. The only shooter game I'm actually good at is Splatoon. That's the only shooter game I am good at. But anyways, hey everyone, it's the Butter Micro. Welcome to another video. Today, we're going to be reacting to Game Theory, the race to solve Fortnite Season 5, Unsolved. Okay, it's the description. It says, everyone thinks they solved Fortnite Season 5 history. You know, with Durburger being in real life in the desert, and mysterious worlds popping up in the game. All you have to do is work this with the daily expected. Serious. Together, we are going to solve it. Now I do know about all this weird stuff, but I never really looked into it. But I guess now I shall be looking into it along with that now, because I myself am a game theorist. Because I actually have my own theory for the English. I actually have my own, like, I guess, little theory for Hello Neighbor. Yes, man. I'm not, but I guess I'm going to be getting in. Hopefully, I won't get wrapped up into the Fortnite theories, because that's not what I want to do. Because soon people are going to be having me playing Fortnite or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, I do not want to get wrapped up within the addiction of Fortnite. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I won't be addicted to it. But if I ever get it and play it, then I most likely will be playing it at times. But I'm probably not going to be addicted. And most likely I will not be getting victories, considering the fact that, like I said, I am terrible at shooter games, except for Splatoon. Seriously, I am absolutely horrible. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into the video.
And now, Game Theory presents Newbies Try to Name Fortnite Emotes. Hey Stephanie, you're a newbie. What would you name them?
Wax on, wax off.
Okay, next.
Discount tap dancing. The white guy at parties.
Wait, are you saying that I do that? Whoa!
Maybe we should move on to the next.
Disco never dies.
Okay.
Like Thriller, but we didn't pay Michael Jackson for the rights.
I totally see that one, actually.
Oh, seriously? This one is literally just the Carlton from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. The Bar Mitzvah. Oi! The Fiddler on the Roof dance audition, right?
Sure, yep.
Isn't that Russian dance?
Very select.
Gangnam Style. I was thinking Gangnam Style.
Oh, sexy Fortnite. Oh. Emote style. You should be able to recognize this one.
Orange Shirt Kid. This is just Orange Shirt Kid. Newbie my foot. The pogo stick? The really boring game of hopscotch.
Did we pass Orange Justice? Because that's actually one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Hold up, everyone. I have to pee. How'd I do?
You got them all. Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
I couldn't tell if we passed Orange Justice or not, because it's been a while since I've seen that one. That's actually my favorite emote.
Newbie.
Yes, you're still a newbie.
This is Lily. Well, right now.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game Theory, where this time I won't forget gravity. So, for the 8 of you who haven't been paying attention, Fortnite is still going strong. I mean, really, what competition does it even have at this point? It's like 2018.
Hey, we have a few.
Industry just gave up.
Can we start
Halfway
allies?
through the year, your best games list contains a Mario sports title? Well then, yikes! It is thin pickings, isn't it, Polygon? Especially when your praise for that game reads as follows, quote, the story mode isn't nearly as rich as its predecessors.
It's a good game.
For fans of local multiplayer, it still needs more options, and for competitive players, the roster lacks balance. Game of the year, 10 out of 10! Ugh, man, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and Red Dead Redemption 2 can't come out soon enough. Hey Betty, hey Ollie. It's Ollie's first.
Yeah, I can't wait to get a Switch and play the next Smash Bros. Seriously, freaking playing as Inklings. They should have been put in for a long time since Smash. Wait, when did Splatoon come out? Did it come out before Smash Bros for the Wii U 3DS? If so, then they should have been that from the start. Because, like, seriously, I am a Splatoon man. I will always be a big fan of Splatoon. I just don't think that a skin for the Inklings is also Octoling. Hopefully Octolings are in it too, because I'm not racist.
That's a bad thing or anything.
Doing the
For a
Inklings.
game that's
Boom,
dedicated
baby.
to repeating the same gameplay loop again and again.
Hey,
Fortnite
Majora's
has
Mask.
gone above and
Song
beyond
of Time
by seeding in stories
animation.
and mysteries for the
I really
community
like
to
that.
solve. Something that, as a channel
big
that
fan of Song of
specializes in
Time.
video game mysteries, I really appreciate. This
Yep.
isn't a static battle
Very true.
arena. This is an ever-evolving world with a big mystery to solve each and every season. You remember that comment I talked about towards the end of Season 3? Well, it landed and then ushered in the big mystery of Season 4, the Visitor. If you paid enough attention to the details of the game throughout Season 4's 10 weeks...
It's hard to admit this, but I actually have been keeping up with stuff going on in Fortnite. Hey, honestly, do gameplay
Story of the government
videos.
drilling into the remains of the meteor, discovering a space pod hidden inside the crater Goku style, the reveal of this strange alien visitor, and then the creation of a rocket fueled by antimatter space stones called Hop Rocks. This rocket would then launch at the end of the season in an incredible live event more exciting than anything that's happened in video games for years. And I truly mean that. Well, it was exciting.
Very true.
You were killed by the guy that broke the in-game truce to watch the launch, then broke the world record for solo kills.
That happened? Oh my goodness. Wow.
The launch ended in epic fashion, creating a rift in space-time and ushering in the theme of Season 5, Worlds Collide. Oh, someone's getting grumpy. Here, you want your
Aww.
maybe a little bit? Yeah, there you go. There you go, buddy. But even the biggest game in the world right now can make a misstep, or at least look like it made a misstep.
Look
Look around online and you'll see reviews of Season 5 to be less than stellar, with most of the complaints focused around the theme. These tears in space-time that opened up around the map started as an exciting addition, spitting out historic items like a Viking ship, dinosaur bones, Easter Island Moai statue heads, and an Old West stagecoach. Between that and the main teaser image for the season being a Japanese kitsune mask, it seemed like things were headed for a season filled with time portals spitting out new ancient artifacts each and every week. But then... nothing happened. That was about it. 6 weeks into the season when I record this, it's all amounted to a whole lot of nothing. I mean, sure, there were some big changes to the map, but for a season that had such a dramatic start and contains this ever-present reminder of its theme hanging in the sky in the form of the rift, a lot of people have been left cold by the Worlds Collide theme. It seemed, and continues to seem, like Epic isn't delivering on its big promise with that rocket.
Or are they? Because they most likely are planning something big for Season 5. It's just like, maybe like Season 5 is just like a teaser for what's to come. And it will, and like, you know, like how other games who do this sort of thing do so, where they make this really crazy thing happen and then just leave us hanging in the end to see what's next. I can't really say any examples of games that I know that have done this, but it is a thing that some games do, where they make something really big, but it seems like it's really disappointing. but it's just like a teaser for something big that's gonna happen.
Launch. But here's the thing. Everyone has misjudged this season. Season 5 contains, without question, the most ambitious Fortnite mystery yet. In fact, it's one of the most ambitious puzzles ever to be attempted by a video game ever. But the community hasn't realized it, and now we're all running out of time to put the pieces together. That means it's up to us, the theorists, to revitalize the search. We have at most 3 weeks to solve this thing before the seasons change again. So let's not waste any more time. Let me catch you up on where things are at and what we need to do next to solve the puzzle and in the process salvage Season 5. Like I mentioned earlier, the big climax to Season 4 was the rocket launch, in which the visitor,
Get it?
an alien who arrived with Season 3's meteor,
Hey, Doctor Who.
blasted off of Fortnite Island only to rip a hole through space. But that's not all that happened. Listen to this.
Oh. Creepy message. Good thing that's from the visitor.
As Team Rocket blasted off again, literally.
Team Rocket's blasting off again!
Players noticed some weird audio was playing in the background. Digging through the game's files, you could actually isolate those two audio assets. They sound just like generic video game audio sound effects, right? There's more here than meets the eye.
No, I heard a voice in the first one.
In this case. Now, we've covered a lot of different decoding methods over the years, but one that I've never had the chance to discuss on the channel is spectrograms. Basically, a spectrogram is a picture of sound. Spectrograms show the frequencies that make up the sound from low to high along one axis and how those frequencies change over time on another axis. And believe it or not, these visualizations of sound actually allow you to hide hidden messages inside of sound waves, not by what you hear, but rather by what you see. And this
sneaky,
is exactly what Epic Games did. In fact, it's not the first time they've done it. Back during the Meteor days in Season 3, there was a sound that, when run through a spectrograph, would produce this, an image of the Take the L emote, proving yet again that the biggest trolls online are game devs. Anyway, if you run these two audio clips through a spectrograph,
like Carson, anyway.
You get these images.
Ink
the
machine?
first file results in two skulls. Skulls that were associated with the visitor and a location known as the Villain's Lair throughout Season 4. Their image should be familiar to regular players of the game because they were broadcast across all the TVs in Fortnite Island leading up to the big rocket launch. The second file, though, is a lot more interesting. It revealed a matrix of letters and numbers divided into two columns. That second column is actually the easier one to decode. It's just the standard notation for a binary representation.
I thought it was binary.
And if you're thinking that binary is just a bunch of zeros and ones, so it can't be the case because there's a B in there, well, you're not wrong. There are just a lot of different ways to notate the same thing in binary. Case in point, all of these are exactly the same. They're all the number 37 written in binary. That B near the beginning of the code is just a prefix indicating binary, but it could also go at the end, or written as BIN in the beginning. Why are there so many ways to write things in binary? Well, it depends on the context where they're being used, but that's a topic for another day. So anyway, converting all that binary, you get the numbers 6, 9, 8, and 9. That still leaves the first column, and now knowing that the second column is a bunch of numbers, it would make sense for these to be letters in some way, thereby pointing to different locations on the Fortnite map. And would you know it, that's exactly what they turned out to be. ASCII codes for different letters of the alphabet. For those of you who don't know, ASCII codes, or ASCII codes as it's properly pronounced, ASCII, The cringe is so real in that one. It was a dad joke mixed with a computer programming joke. Mark it down in the fan wikis, ladies and gentlemen. The ASCII joke is now the newest low of lows when it comes to humor on this channel. Anyway, ASCII stands for American Standard Code for Information Interchange. Basically just a code used to represent text in computers. Back in the olden days, you had to hold the Alt button and type in a number code to get a dot or a tilde or an accent mark that you wanted. Anyway, translating that ASCII code into letters, you suddenly have B6, H9,
so they are
I8,
coordinates, I was right.
I9. And wouldn't you know it, the rocket launched, opened the portal, and rifts started to do crazy things all over the map, where specifically B6, I8, and I9, the locations where they would eventually spit out an anchor, the carriage, and some dinosaur bones. Epic had been teasing what parts of the map would change in advance, and apparently thought that they would do more with H9, but apparently scrapped that idea. However, the rifts weren't done. They also stole objects from across the map, stealing
Wait,
the
what?
signs for Lonely Lodge, the motel in D2, the Noms sign in Retail Row, as well as the iconic mascots of both
Oh,
Durburger
yeah.
and Tomato Town. And with those changes in place, Season 5, Worlds Collide, began. Now, a lot of Fortnite players probably already know that part of the story, but I'm sure a lot of you loyal theorists actually don't. How do I know that one? Well,
Yes.
a lot of you bought
Yeah.
merch. Thank you very much, by the way. And each time
I
you
feel
launch
you
merch, we
advise
include
them.
a few free gifts for you to thank you for your
But
purchase.
I will.
This time, it was
I
a
will.
free sticker and a pin. And the pin this time around was themed around the Bushman from Fortnite. His legs wobbled back and forth. And I got so many
Bushes. Bushes everywhere.
tweets from people being like, I don't know who this is, but it's really cool. Theorists apparently are just too busy playing Ultimate Custom Night to be aware of trends in Fortnite. I'll admit,
Yep, I'm playing
Fortnite is not a game
Unleashed.
where I would initially think to find deep lore mysteries like this, but I appreciate it. Good job.
Fortnite.
Anyway, that's why today's
survival
episode
handbook.
exists in large part, to make you guys aware that Fortnite is a game that actually has a lot of deep lore hidden in it too. Just as much, if not more, than most other games available. And it's just as important for us to solve.
Mario?
That merch I mentioned is almost sold out, so if you've been on the fence about getting it, now is the time to do it if you want cool swag and some bonus gifts, including a pin of a guy who you may or may not recognize. But now, at least, you'll know who it is. Link is in the description below. Anyway, that's how the season began, but it left us with a really big question. Why did the Rift steal all those signs from across the map? Well, we got our first clue on July 6th when the Twitter account @SalashILoni tweeted out about finding a giant burger in the outskirts of the Mojave.
In real life. So that's... Well, they are planning something big. It's almost like what happened with Gravity Falls. Because like in the season, in the series finale, Weird Armageddon 3, we see a little bit of a clip of the Cypher statue, which became like a whole treasure hunt in real life. Or like Welcome to the Game, which actually have whole sort of thing. Like the very first Welcome to the Game. Awkward silence.
Desert in California. Lo and behold, the missing Durburger sign had turned up, found alongside a police car that was designed to look like the police cars located
This
in
is getting
the game.
interesting.
This reinforced the idea that the rifts were connecting Earth and Fortnite Island, a fact that was even further confirmed
This is
6
crazy.
days later when the announced trailer for Season 5 dropped, featuring the Durburger in the desert and it getting teleported back into the game. The worlds colliding theme wasn't about time travel at all.
It was
instead
about
the
our
connection
world
between
and
Fortnite
Fortnite's
and
world.
Earth, with the objects from the game coming to the real
That's
world,
insane.
and real objects being sent back into the game. And this is where we start to figure out why this season's theme has been a bit of a non-starter for many players. It's because the bulk of this season's story was never meant to happen in the world of the game. It was meant to happen in our world. Which, if you're spending all your time hunting battle stars
Season
and staying
6 is
focused on
gonna
your
get
KD ratio, you don't have
crazy.
time to pay attention to the real world, let alone piece together a bunch of clues to solve an IRL ARG.
That's
But it's
insane.
here where the real mystery of Season 5 truly begins. You see, soon after the burger discovery, people calling themselves agents started appearing around the site, setting up a tent and securing the area so that
Oh my
visitors
goodness.
wouldn't be harmed by
Epic
what they
Games is
called
dedicated.
an anomaly. Inside their tent was a table of books, mostly related to aliens, UFOs, and burgers. Nothing too important there, just a bit of world building to identify these
Burgers,
actors as people who
flying
were looking to
saucers.
establish a connection between the Durburger and the alien visitor who created the rift in the first place. However, what does matter here is that these agents passed out business cards containing a phone number to anyone who spoke to them. 712-380-4091. Go ahead, you can call it now. The number is still very active, but be warned, what you hear isn't pretty.
Oh, Jesus, that
Mostly
is...
because it's just another
That's
nasty
creepy.
mystery sound, which means it's time
Time
to
to
go
decode.
back to the spectrogram. And once again, the spectrograph revealed a coded letter number combo, C7. So back to the game. C7 on the map is Greasy Grove, the place where the former Durburger disappeared from. So... What? Did it just lead full circle? Yeah, actually, it did lead full circle, but Epic Games had more up its sleeve. They wanted to throw people off track by inserting a clue that looked like it was a dead end. You see, the phone number held not just one audio code, but
But two.
3.
Oh,
Only the other
3?
two were hidden with no clues on how to actually find them. So if you dialed the number a second time and then press 3 as your extension code without being prompted, it changes the audio tone that plays. Hear the difference? This
Wow.
time the spectrograph decodes to D3. 3, the place on the map where the Burger sign reappeared once Season 5 started. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the incredibly convoluted way we discovered where the Burger sign disappeared from and where it reappeared to on the map.
And
kinda lame,
the
actually, for all
secret
that
is
work, isn't it?
Season
Suspiciously
5.
lame. To theme an entire season around worlds colliding only to have one burger sign crossover would be kinda dumb. And Epic Games
more
is
stuff
anything but
crossed
dumb.
over
In
into
fact,
our
there's
world.
still way more to this story here. Dialing the number a third time and pressing 6 gets you yet another audio signal. Only this time,
that
when you
sounds
put it through a
menacing.
spectrograph, it yields not a code, but coordinates. Global coordinates, in
on
fact.
our world.
48.39483.2.3611878. Coordinates that, once you plug them into Google Maps, show a very specific location in Paris, France. Visit that location and you find yourself a llama. A loot llama.
The llama.
Or at least you would have found yourself a loot llama, but he was stolen shortly after his appearance.
Wow.
Just want to watch the world burn.
That's right. Going back to the Season 5 trailer, we see not just the Burger sign disappearing through the rift, but also a loot llama, one that apparently appeared in Paris, making it the second of 3 items to cross over that we see disappear during the trailer. It seems like we should be on the lookout for the glider, but it wasn't just one llama that was found. On July 9th, another 6 appeared across Europe. A second one in France, this time on a beach in Cannes, one in Barcelona, Spain, another in Warsaw, Poland, Cologne, Germany, and 2 in London, England. And that is where we hit a dead end. Now, there's definitely a small community of Fortniters who knew all this, and who are working tirelessly to get to this point in the mystery across both Reddit and Discord, but they've all quit at this point, assuming that this whole thing is over, that the point of this little
There's no way it's over.
together was made to build awareness and hype for Season 5's launch, and now that Season 5 is here, it's all over. But here's the thing, it's not over. That can't be the case. Not only do you not theme an entire season around an ARG that's meant to expire before the season even begins, you don't send employees around the entirety of Europe dropping off loot llamas without having a plan for them. Remember, Epic Games is based in North Carolina, and it has offices in South Korea, Japan, Seattle, Washington, and the suburbs outside of London. Coordinating a bunch of real-world llamas to appear across multiple European countries on the same day when you don't even have an office in most of those countries is not something that you have employees do unless you have a very specific purpose for it. It's also worth noting that while, yes, the Nom sign has reappeared, the Lonely Lodge sign and Motel sign are still out there, somewhere, waiting to be found. And the Tomato Head only just reappeared in the game as of yesterday, except now it's small, and now it's made of stone for some reason. It's really weird. And now, as one final twist, apparently it's Tomato Temple, because why not? Still doesn't mean the mystery's solved, though. This game surprisingly tells its story in very implicit, cryptic ways. It's awesome. You could say it's the Dark Souls of Battle Royale games. Not in terms of difficulty, in terms of how it tells its story. But for hard and fast proof that this quest isn't over, look at this. It's a picture taken by Instagram user Mac_Butter, who went to the Burger in the California desert. This is a shot of the clipboard from one of the agents roaming around the area, and you'll notice along the top there's the phone number the agents in the desert provided, along with numbers corresponding to the extensions that we had to dial in order to get the spectrograph clues, 3 and 6. But you'll also notice there's an 8 here. Now, I haven't mentioned this yet, but if you dial the number a 4th time and then code in 8, you hear this.
Please enter the first few letters of the person's first or last name, followed by pound.
A name directory asking for the first few letters of someone's name. Something that, when I first called this number and tested out all the possible extensions before even seeing that this sheet existed, I thought might have been a mistake. But clearly it's not, since it's here on the clipboard provided to us by the guy who is explicitly hired to give out clues for this whole ARG. And this is the mystery that continues to linger for the end of Season 5 Worlds Collide. What name are we looking for here, and how do the 7 llamas across Europe fit into it? Those are our 2 dangling threads that have to be related. There are the 2 pieces that have yet to be solved in this big mystery, and time is running out. Do the European cities lead to letters? Are they associated with a specific name? If they're on a map together, do they spell out something unique? We can absolutely discuss solutions here on this video, but I'll also have us set up a separate Reddit thread Discord link on the Game Theorist subreddit to give us a more organized place to put this all together. But that's it. We have 3 weeks. Last time I asked for help solving Golden Freddy's name, it was solved by you guys in a day. Can we, the Theorist community, do it again? We have 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
The clock is ticking. Other
Clock
fun
is
facts, just
ticking.
so we're all working with the same information. The workers giving away the cards at the Durr Burger site had their agent numbers listed on the reverse side of the card. I tried plugging those numbers into the phone directory, but got nowhere. I even tried them in reverse, since you're supposed to put a hash or pound sign at the end of the number that you're looking to dial in. And if you look at how the numbers are written on their business cards, they start with number signs. So doing it forwards and backwards, nothing either way. That
Wow.
said, if you look at the number keypad, the names can translate to Agent
It's going so
Agent
fast.
Knight, and Agent Epic. Cute Easter egg, but not helpful for solving this at all. It's also worth noting that the Durr Burger number has an area code of 712, which leads
I
you
didn't
to
speed it up.
Iowa,
This
of all
it's
places.
naturally
Does that
going
mean Fortnite
fast.
actually takes place in Iowa? No, clearly not. Iowa is not particularly
It's
known for
actually going
football,
fast.
But still, that little fact might lead us to some results. But hey, that's just a theory. A game theory. Speaking of getting results, look no further than Dollar Shave Club. No matter what.
Dude, that was actually quite insane. Seriously, it's turning into Fortnite turning into Ultimate Custom Night now. Cause like we all saw Ultimate Custom Night was just a whole thing to let the series go, let the FNAF series go off with a big finisher, with a game that allowed you to create your own rosters of animatronics to survive against, and have a pretty fun, seemingly impossible challenge of 50-20 mode. But then we all realized later that Scott was playing the last few touches on the lore of FNAF with Ultimate Custom Night to finish off and reveal the final answer to what's been going on in the series so long. That's what Fortnite's doing, because like I bet all of you saw it was just some really fun and cool battle royale game. Just for people to have fun, but it needs to have a whole story to it. Dude, I did not realize this. That is interesting. That was interesting. If we could find out what's been going on in season 5, and we get the answer before season 6 comes out, boy, it's going to be interesting for season 6. Dude, now I'm actually excited. I'm not really. I'm excited all for all the seasons in the game, but I'm actually excited to see what new lore season 6 is going to bring. I'm becoming a full-on theorist. I was just doing it because, hey, why not? I think I'm becoming a full-on theorist, man. I want to get that one. I want to uncover secrets. I'm actually hyped for season 6. Dude, this... Wow. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Of course, go subscribe to the Game Theorist. Like this video if you enjoyed. Of course, subscribe if you're new. Go subscribe to my other channels. And my boy, Thundercloud, and Quick Stop 21. And I'll see you guys next time.